this thing work. Give me a second, folks. This piece of garbage. Ah, you've got to wait. Okay. Hey guys, Soundwave880 here. I am back after 2 long months of a business trip, which I found most abysmal. But I'm back and I'm ready to start getting back to what I love to do, which is stop motions. So yeah, I think we made some really good progress here. According to what my stats say, we have now reached 326 subs. I find this really good. Obviously, we're shy of my goal of 1,000 subscribers, but I feel that if I continue to make videos in which you guys love, we can get there. Let's see here who we have. Where's my chat? Live chat. Aha! Here we go. So let me see here. I'm going to try to do the best I can to answer your guys' questions. Alright, so Shadow Stop Motion Studios asks, hey, if you were to make a... Why is this thing wrong? If you were to make a spin-off series for Rise of the Decepticons, what would you call it, and what would the plot be? So, what exactly do you mean by that, as a spin-off series? Cause like, I'm pretty sure Rise of the Decepticons is already a spin-off series. If you can get back to me, I can better answer that. Let's go down the list. This thing is being ridiculous. Did you get any new figures, says Tiger Miss Prime? Yes, I did. So, on my business trip, there wasn't that much time for, buying stuff. But while I was at Target, I was blessed by finding the new 4-pack from Transformers United that came with Squeeze Play, the Predacon Tarantulas, the Transformers Prime Cliff Jumper, which I definitely intend to use, and the Golden Goose that I have been looking for months, Tarn. Tarn is literally the Decepticon that I have been looking for a very long time. The only problem with this Tarn, I may say, is that his face has a bit of a Joker smile to it. Can't say that I'm the biggest fan of it, but I'm not really gonna let it bother me too much, because Tarn, I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna use a lot. Let's see what other questions we got. What would you plan to do after making Rise of the Decepticons, asks Harry Alpha Scrapper. I am so glad you asked me this, because I actually have 2 more projects that I have on the way. Not that I'm going to make after Rise of the Decepticons, but more that I'm making during Rise of the Decepticons. I have, let's see here, 2 ideas. Number 1, I'm not sure if a lot of you would be more interested in this, but how many of you have ever heard of Masters of the Universe, or He-Man? We got anybody out there who's heard of them? Well, I have been a big fan of Masters of the Universe for a very long time, since I was a child. So, can you tell us? No, I'm not telling you the story of Hansel and Gretel. Gosh. We're stop motions here, guys. We're not a fairy tale club. But... So yeah, Harry, you've seen it. So yeah, I have been a big fan of it for a very long time. And I feel that there isn't enough Motu content on YouTube. So I'm going to make my own series. It's called Masters of the Universe Retribution. And at first, a few months back, when I was trying to come up with a series, I was hitting so many writer's blocks, couldn't figure out how to put two and two together. But now I have this great plot, and I cannot wait to make it into fruition. I'm not gonna spoil too much of the details, but there's another series which I feel you guys will be much more interested in. It is Transformers Vector Sigma. I don't entirely know what I'm going to do with it. I originally had a plot, but I didn't like it too much. So, how many of you have seen my series, The Problem with Orange Energon? It's not very popular amongst my more popular videos, but let's see here. Chama asks that I do fantasy. That's what Masters of the Universe is about. It's going to be a big fantasy series, sort of. The original series was Transformers. Like, if you haven't seen Transformers, The Problem with Orange Energon, I would not be surprised, because, yeah, it was when I was more in my earlier stages of using green screen, and my plot was pretty bad. But basically, what I sort of plan to do with it, it's the story of after the death of Megatron, and now Optimus Prime. And I'm going to be using the Bumblebee series, Optimus Prime. Optimus feels like his life can finally get back to normal. He's free from the war, free from being a Prime, and he's become so happy on Earth. He feels more peaceful on Earth than he does on Cybertron, so he decides to stay at Autobot City. With a group of Autobots who feel the same way. One of them being his Conjunction Dora, Alita 1. I have always liked this couple in Transformers, and I would personally like to continue to use in my own series, sort of growing them closer together. With Megatron gone, the Decepticons are sort of in a way of disarray, with Starscream being the idiot that he is. So a group of Decepticons meet together. Megatron's War Council, the Triumvirate, led by Shockwave and Tarn. They plan to steal the Matrix of Leadership from Prime and to try to bring Megatron back using Vector Sigma. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Because you guys, I think, have been giving some... You should make a Minecraft movie. No, I cannot come to India. Alright, so back to Shadow Stop Motion's question. You know how, like, Young Sheldon is getting a spin-off series based on Georgia and Mandy? As for that, I'm not sure. Because that's sort of what Vector Sigma is. I sort of want to make a season of Vector Sigma and a season of Rise of the Decepticons, and then I'm going to clash them both together. Do you plan to bring the relationship OG? The relationship between Cliffjumper and RC. I've definitely thought about it. Yeah, I definitely want to have Cliffjumper have a partner, but I'm not sure if I want to have it, the relationship between, him and RC, or to have the G1 style friendship relationship between him and Jazz. I'm not sure. Not sure what I want to do with that. Like I said, there's still a lot of plot holes for it. I'm not gonna tell you my age, Elmo. What are you even doing here? Shouldn't you be on Sesame Street? There is one more series I still intend to do, but that's after all the other ones I do is over. It's called Masters of the Multiverse. basically, so I love several ways of pop culture. You who asked me to do a Minecraft series, you may like this. I intend to have a war, the greatest war of all time. I intend to take every form of pop culture reference that I know. I intend to take Transformers, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Minecraft, Dragon Ball, horror movies. I intend to take them all, and I intend to create a war unlike YouTube has ever seen. It's been something that I wanted to do for a very long time. Oh, so you're asking for a flashback between Starscream and Thundercracker. I would love to do that. I would love to do that, to better go into the story of Thundercracker and Starscream and their brotherhood for Rise of the Decepticons. The only problem with that is I do not have a Bayverse Starscream figure, and with Amazon and eBay having no one willing to sell me at a good price, I'm not sure if I can. I would definitely love to do that. Technoblade. I don't know Technoblade. I'll have to search that up later. Like, I mean, is he even Bayverse? Do you plan on going back? Let's see here. Soundwave, do you plan to go on back in the past of your series for Optimus and Megatron to give a... Ooh. Backstory for Prime and Megatron. Yeah. I haven't really thought too much about doing that. But that would be cool. I have my Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, and we've already used him for episode 3 for a background story. I'll definitely have to look into that. Let's see here. Well, if you want the 2007 cons in Studio Seat, there is the Decepticon 4-pack. Yeah, the only problem with trying to get the 4-pack for the 2007 ones is that I already have Blackout and Barricade, and I already have a version of Megs that I'm good with, so it wouldn't really do me much good except for getting Starscream. I feel like I like spending money, but I also like to save money, so not sure if I really want to do that. Yeah, I don't think I'll get the 4-pack. Maybe there's a way for me to get Starscream. I don't know. When does the next SM? SM. Do you mean my next episode? So, for my next episode of ROTD, I'm busy writing the script right now. I know exactly what I want to do for it. I just need to get the script out so that it actually sounds good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's sad when one of our comrades goes out like that. I'm sorry to hear that. I may not have known him or known his videos, but I'm sorry that he went down like that. Oh shoot, and now I forgot. Right. Rise of the Decepticons episode 4. So I'm busy at work on that. You guys just have to realize that unless I actually put effort into making a good script, it's not going to turn out well. Also, I'm adding a lot of Decepticons to it. It's going to be great. But I also need to get voice actors who are willing to voice them. I'm not going to ask you, Harry, to voice any more of the guys since you're already voicing Crosshairs, Ice Pick, and Thundercracker. And you do great at that. But we need to get some other guys into the spotlight. What was that you were saying about Starscream? I'm sure you'll get the Bayverse Starscream someday. Some might got the original. AliExpress. I don't know. I've thought about trying to use AliExpress, but I'm worried about being a scam website, you know? They'll just take my money for what they can get and give me cheap products. So, who just said that they wanted to voice for me? Tiger Miss Prime. Tiger Miss? I may take you up on that. After this chat is over, yeah, I'll try to get back to you on that. Let's see here. I can give you a recommendation soon, getting Ironhide soon. What does that mean? You're getting Ironhide? Let's see here. What's the rest of my agenda to talk about in this thing? So I already explained to you sort of what I hope to do. So guys, do you have any ideas for Transformers Vector Sigma? I've already explained to you sort of what I want to do for it. You know, I'm basically trying to get together a story about Prime and Alita, and I want to like have a Megatron return story with the Triumvirate, but I don't know. I'm also wondering if in truth, I'm wondering if it should, originally the idea was to have it be a sequel to The Problem with Orange Energon. So Shockwave unites with Starscream and Waspinator. He gathers up the Triumvirate with Tarn to lead them, and they're basically trying to get Megatron from a different reality to come and lead them. I'm not sure if I want that to be the story anymore. What have we got for our chats? Oh, you got Ironhide off AliExpress. And it didn't come with any shipping damage or anything? It wasn't a cheap figure? If AliExpress can be trusted, then maybe I'll do it. Do you plan on making a separate stop motion about the Wreckers, and if you do... So the Wreckers? So yeah, with Hound Topspin and Dino Mirage, yeah, I've never thought about making them an origin story and stuff, but so I won't really need to, considering the fact that especially in ROTD4, we're gonna go a lot into the story of Hound. You guys sort of saw while he was in his stasis lock that he sort of has a past behind him, and there was one Decepticon who he has always feared, and it was revealed in the flashback that that's Shockwave. In episode 4, we're definitely going to go into his past, who the Autobot is that he is in love with, and why he is afraid of Shockwave. I am going to love doing that so much. Let's see here. I think I just saw... So, no, I don't think I'm going to do a video specifically on the Wreckers. Shadow Stop Motion Studios, I don't want to sound like a downer, but I'm not sure if it may ever come from AliExpress. I don't know if that place can be trusted. I've asked a lot of comrades, and they've never given great reviews from Ali. If stuff does come, it's in pretty bad condition. Now let's see here. RJ, Soundwave, will you get another Shockwave? I would love to get another Shockwave. True, I love the Dark of the Moon Shockwave I already have, but it does have its limits. And the Studio Series one, it's the Studio Series Shockwave that they've made. It's awesome. It's big, it's bulky, it's scary. I love that version of Shockwave. But I tried to order that once from a third party in Amazon that made that was $30, and it never arrived. It never arrived. Made me so angry. So I don't know if I don't want to spend more than $30 on it. I don't know. I've already started using the Shockwave I have for it, and I'm not the biggest fan of changing what version of Transformers you have midway into the story. And I can't really like have an Shockwave upgrades himself story because Panda Jack already has done that. Panda Jack did such a good job with that story, and I really don't want to diss him off by taking his story. So I think I'm just going to use the Shockwave I've got. I like him, I like his design, and he doesn't look wimpy or anything, so I'm just going to use him. I think we got a few more comments down here that I should answer. Let's see here. Are you going to take an approach on Hound's backstory as a medic? Yeah, Hound was a medic, wasn't he? No, I don't think I'm gonna go into the story of how Hound was a medic. It's another story that I'm gonna be going into. Hound when he thought he was free from the war. It's gonna be a mentally scarring backstory for him, but it's definitely gonna go into the growth of Hound, and I'm really gonna like doing it. But no, I don't think I'm gonna do the story of Hound as a medic. Are you gonna make a stop motion from a specific character's perspective? Hey Ned, glad you could join us. No, well, for Vector Sigma, I was definitely thinking of doing it in the perspective of Soundwave. It was gonna be pretty cool, but I still have no idea what I want to do for Vector Sigma. Definitely gonna need some background help on that. But as for Rise of the Decepticons, I definitely have those scenes where it's in the perspective of other people. But I don't know. I don't know when, like, I don't think I'll have a full episode that just is in the perspective of one character. I'll definitely do scenes where it's in the perspective of others and we go into their memories and stuff. But no, I think I'll just have different. So you're RJ, Ned. Huh, I always wondered what that stood for. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. Let's see here, what other ones do we have here? Have you ever thought about doing one-off fights, like Shockwave versus Hound or... So if you're talking about like just having that be the entire episode of them fighting, no, honestly, I've never truly thought about doing that. No. I always like to do my stories with half plot and half fight. And for episode 4, there's not going to be too much fighting. It's going to be another plot episode, but I promise you, wait. Because episode 5 is going to be my most action-packed episode ever. Everything that we have been doing in here has been leading up to it, and it is going to be awesome. I have been preparing for this for years. I have pretty much all the characters to do it, and when the time finally arrives, it's going to be so awesome. Let's see here. Soundwave880. Do you plan on adding Sideswipe and Sunstreaker for their brother? Okay, yeah. So I do have a Sideswipe Transformer, but I don't really like him because he's sort of bulky, so he's going to be in episode 5 and 4. So, spoiler alert, I'm planning to kill him. And then I'm going to buy the Bumblebee version of Sunstreaker, and then he's going to try to avenge him like Thundercracker is trying to avenge Starscream. Hey, Sideswipe was never even the series at all, so it's not really going to be that sad. I never liked Sideswipe, even with his cool design in Revenge of the Fallen. Let's see here. Who do you plan? If there are new characters, I could provide since I already. So Harry, I'm really glad you voiced those characters. I really do, and I am so glad that you will voice them for the rest of the series. But if we just keep using your voice man like me, I've been voicing so many characters for the past few episodes that people can easily tell that they're our voice, and they sound very similar. So I'm gonna try to reach out to get some more guys to voice them. Since more people are interested in watching my videos, and since I've been voicing for other guys, it might be easier to get some more people on our side, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Who else have we got in here? Ratchet will be back. Ratchet will be back. So, yeah. Rise of the Decepticons is going to be a 10-part series. And sort of think of it like this. Episodes 1 through 5 is basically Season 1. And then episodes 6 through 10 is Season 2. Ratchet will be back in Season 2. I need to buy him first, but yeah, he'll be back. Have you ever thought about adding the... have you ever thought about adding the Combiner Titan to your series, and also thought about making a Autobot join the cons or having a Decepticon join the bots? So, as for the Titans and Combiners, as far as my knowledge goes, I don't know any... well, there was Devastator. But I don't know any other Combiner, Autobots, or Decepticons that were live action. Or even in the toys that they made back like Mindwipe and Jetstorm, like how they weren't in the movies, but Infernicus. I really don't want to get the Infernicus figure because the combined figure looks weird, and then the individual characters look even weirder. Shadow Stop Motion Studios, I may take you up on that. Yeah, I'll try to contact you about that later. Let's see here. So anyone who wants to be a voice actor for my channel, keep an eye on the comments once this is over, because I may give you some contact information and how you can voice for me. Have you ever thought about adding... So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get Infernicus, and not the... I would like to get the Dragon Knights, the Guardian Knights, from, let's see here, The Last Knight, but they are so expensive because everybody wants them, and I'm not willing to go that deep into debt to get them. Oh good, you are already there. No, I just said I won't get Dragonstorm. Too expensive. Too expensive. I would love to, but I can't, so I won't. The whole Dinobot group, Tiger Miss Prime, I would love to do that, but I feel we've got a pretty good thing going here right now with pretty good thing going here with just Grimlock. Yeah, I sort of like the story where it's just him and Optimus right now, and the rest of the Iacon Guardian, the other Knights of Iacon have been killed by Shockwave. It makes for a pretty good revenge story between Grimlock and Shockwave. Let's see here. Are there any other questions I can follow up on? So good, you're already there, Shadow Stop Motion Studios, so I can go ahead and try to get your voice from that. Yeah. Yeah, so... So yeah, trying to think here. Any other questions about Rise of the Decepticons? We've covered a lot of ground here. And that seems to be the main focus of what you guys like to ask me questions about, so I'm willing to continue going with this. So other Autobots. So I want to add more to the ranks of the Autobots. So after episode 5, there are going to be a lot of Autobot casualties. I sort of said to you guys that episode 5 is going to be like my biggest fight scene ever. It's gonna be where the title of the story really gets into impact. Rise of the Decepticons. The auto of the Decepticons are going to be at their highest. You'll see how. And a lot of Autobots are going to be killed in an attack. Do you plan? Jazz is already in the series. He's been in the past 3 episodes. Let's see here. Would you plan to make a TRF? Shadow Stop Motion Studios, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like, I mean, yes. Yes, I'm planning to do a TRF breakout. Not in this season. I've got a different idea on how the Decepticons come back. But there is going to be a TRF breakout in season 2. So, yeah, that sort of brings me to another question I want to ask you guys. So, in September, there's going to be a toy show. It's going to be real nearby, and I am going to go there in search for characters for Rise of the Decepticons, Motu Retribution, and Transformers Vector Sigma. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys sort of my wish list for Rise of the Decepticons, because I feel that's what you guys are really going to be more interested in. So I already have all the characters I need for episodes 4 and 5 for the big battle part. You guys have already met most of them except the Decepticons that are going to arrive. Soundwave, I have a question. Is Dino Mirage one character or are they different? Alright. So yeah, Tiger Mist Prime, that's actually a question some people have asked me. So Dino Mirage is his full name. Mirage is his original name, and Dino is a title. So Dino sort of means like sensei. Dino is sort of a, as you could tell from perhaps Rise of the Decepticons episode 2, he's sort of a martial arts master. Sort of a master of an ancient Cybertronian war technique. And this has earned him the title Dino. So he is Dino Mirage. I did this mostly because people have conflicted over the years whether his name is Dino or his name is Mirage. I always thought Dino was a weird name, so I decided to make it a title instead of a name and just make him Dino Mirage. I think we got a few more questions in here. So, yeah, let's, so characters that I want to get for Rise of the Decepticons, for the Prison Breakout, and for more Autobots that I want to add in Season 2 after a lot of Autobots have died. I'm not going to tell you who, that way it can be more sad when it actually does happen. But, let's see here, for Autobots, and this you guys can comment me on, because I have no idea if I actually want to get these. So, I want to get Bumblebeeverse Brawn. I always thought that was cool, and since there has been no Brawn in the Bayverse, that would look pretty cool. Bumblebeeverse Sunstreaker, who is like sort of looking to get revenge for the death of Sideswipe. Let's see here. Bumblebeeverse Pablo. So Pablo is let's see here, is Bumblebeeverse Wheeljack, but I hated I hated his design in Rise of the Beast. Maybe I could buy Pablo, rip off his head, and then use the wheeljack that I used for Rise of the Decepticons Episode 3, take off his head, put it on Pablo, and then that could be his Earth-based mode. I could do that, and it could look pretty cool. I'm also thinking of getting Hot Rod from The Last Night. Always been a fan of Hot Rod. I didn't like his accent, but I hated his accent, in fact, so I'm going to get a regular voice actor to voice him regularly, and I could have him in there. And then, who is the other Autobot I was thinking of getting? If you had read the Beast Mirage, Pablo would have seen there's an upgrade kit for it. Alright, so I'm not going to get Mirage since Dino is already Mirage from Rise of the Beast. RC. I'm not sure if I want to get RC or not. I have a friend who would be interested in voicing her, but I'm already thinking of having a pretty big female Autobot role be in there for another person. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have RC in there. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Not sure if I would get the upgrade kit. Yeah, I think that's the ones I was planning to get for the Autobots. As for the Decepticons, these characters who I am about to mention to you are not studio series, well, most of them. Most of them were part of the 2007-2008 toy group that came after the movies. I was thinking about getting, let's see here, Jetstorm. I really like the Jetstorm figure. Mindwipe. He turned into a stealth bomber. I always liked his design. I'm not gonna tell my plan for the next episodes because even though you guys were gracious enough to join my live chat, I am going to keep that quiet so that you're still surprised when I have some special things. Let's see here. Battle Trap Studio series. I definitely want to get him. I have a good idea for that. Want to get Dead End, the Bayverse version. Shoot, I don't know what his Payload. Not sure if I want to get Nightbird because she's technically a Terracon. I'm gonna get Shatter and Dropkick. I already have Shatter actually. And I want to get Dropkick, but his car mode is the best mode, and that is the one that is most expensive right now. I'm gonna get Studio Series Skywarp. Any possibility for Sideways? You'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. I know Battletrap is a Terracon. You'll see. But I'm not gonna get Nightbird. I've made my mind up on that. Yeah, do you guys have any suggestions for Autobots or Decepticons for Rise of Decepticons? As for Vector Sigma, so they made these new drones based off of the War for Cybertron series. I definitely want to get 2 or 3 because his price is completely unreasonable nowadays. One Steve would cost like $100. These guys cost $24 each. So I'm definitely wanting to get 2 of those guys, and then I'll just use some techno magic to make it seem like I have dozens in a battle. I want to get Straxus, because I feel like he would have been a member of the Triumvirate. Also, Bludgeon. I feel like both of them would have been a part of Megatron's War Council. Yeah, I would love to get Roadbuster and Leadfoot. Tracks. So, let's see here. Tiger Mist? Are you talking about tracks for Vector Sigma or Rise of the Decepticons, just out of curiosity? Because if you're asking me for Vector Sigma, I already own tracks, so that may be a possibility. Like I said, I have no idea who I really want to be in. I have no idea Vector Sigma. Yeah, I have him for Vector Sigma. I just have no idea if I actually want him to be in the series. Can you wait if I get Bludgeon, maybe? If you can get Bludgeon, Ned, then yeah, I would definitely use him in Vector Sigma. Why they didn't make a Stratosphere Studio series and make him a leader class? Stratosphere. Who's Stratosphere? I am not getting Stratosphere. No. Like, I mean, he's literally the exact same thing as... he's literally the exact same person as... Jetfire from Revenge of the Fallen. An old dude who can't hack it. If you ever make a Transina? Oh, Transit. I would definitely get Transit if he was made into a Studio Series figure. Yes, I would buy him immediately. I love the design for Transit. You plan to add relationship of Ironhide and Chromia. So yeah, for Vector Sigma, since I'm scratching out the idea of it being a continuation of the third G1 series, I don't know, maybe I'll bring Ironhide back. And I'm definitely thinking about buying Chromia, because I really want Vector Sigma series to be for boys and girls. So I'm gonna have guy Autobots on the team, and I'm gonna have girl Autobots on the team. I already have Elita 1 and Moonracer. I'm thinking about getting Chromia and Windblade. So yeah, if a group of Autobots stayed on Earth with Optimus, I would definitely think Ironhide would be one of them, if he isn't already dead. I also sort of like the idea of Chromia sort of being a widow, and sort of like getting over her issues with Ironhide. She wouldn't be a wussy girl like that, being miserable all the time. No, she would take out her anger on Decepticons and be like RC from the Transformers Prime universe, like trying to tear off their heads with her like knife blades and stuff. It would be awesome. But overall, her Autobot friends would be trying to help her cope with the pain that she was dealing. Especially Elita 1, because her boyfriend has been killed repeatedly. And he always comes back. It's actually kind of weird that they keep bringing Prime back. I love that they do, but doesn't anything stay dead anymore? Actually, it won't be that tough. Okay, maybe. So, yeah, you already know that I have Michaela Baines and Moonracer being voiced by friends that I have at church. Also, I have, let's see here, Transformers War Chronicles, who would be happy to voice Elita 1. So, yeah, Ned, I've already got a few females on my side willing to voice my female Autobots. Let's see here. What questions do we have now? Do you plan on adding Blue Streak, Smokescreen, and Prowl in Transformers Vector 6? Not Blue Streak. I've never been a fan of him or Prowl, but I do like Smokescreen. I'll definitely consider it. Definitely consider putting in Smokescreen. I really like Smokescreen. So yeah, guys, we continue to talk about this where we add yeah. Would you get Smokescreen for the series? Prime is literally Springtrap at this point. Huh, yeah. I would definitely consider getting Smokescreen. So guys, we can continue to talk about me getting characters, but like, for Vector Sigma, that's cool. But unless I can actually create a good plot for Vector Sigma, this series isn't really getting off the ground. Yeah, I honestly don't know where to go with Vector Sigma. Not sure if I need to restart from point A. I definitely still want it to be a story. I definitely still want it to be a story about Prime and Elita, and I also want Tarn to be a main villain in it. Also, I would really like some awesome battle scenes between Shockwave and Elita, because truth be told, I think Elita 1 is his arch nemesis. So Tiger Miss, I already have Galvatron and Cyclonus, which is why I was wondering if I should still have it be a continuation of Season 3 of Transformers. But if that's were the case, I cannot have Ironhide or Smokescreen because they're already dead in the G1 universe by the 3rd season. Now, let's see here. Shadow, you were saying you've got some ideas. What do you got for Transformers Vector Sigma, man? Hit me. I'll let you type. So yeah, we've talked a great deal about ROTD. I still, what if you made it so the Autobots just living happily while Tarn and Shockwave find ways to revive Megatron? Would you take an approach of Tarn and Scourge as brother? Tarn and Scourge. With a bunch of side character episodes. So yeah, so what you literally just said, Shadow, was basically the plot for Transformers Vector Sigma. But I wasn't sure if that would be awesome enough. If you guys think it's a good idea, I might actually pull through with it. Scourge and Tarn being brothers. Never really thought about it because Tarn was always supposed to be in the G1 universe, which is Vector Sigma, and Scourge, if I ever did buy him, since he's live action, would be in the Bayverse. I know guys like Brawn and Sunstreaker. They're sort of G1 universe characters, sort of like G1 universe Optimus Prime, but since they were technically live action, I thought I could use them for for my own Bayverse Rise of the Decepticons. So I don't think Tarn and Scourge would be brothers. I don't think Tarn and Scourge would be brothers. I don't think I'm even gonna get Scourge. Like, I mean, I liked Scourge, but I don't really think about using him for Rise of the Decepticons. I already have a sort of assassin in my closet. I've got Lockdown. I'm not sure how I want to use him for Rise of the Decepticons, but I'm definitely thinking of using live action Lockdown in my series. And Battle Trap I really want to get out of the Terracons because I think he has the coolest design. I always thought that I always thought that Scourge for a Herald of Unicron looks sort of distorted. Because, like, in Transformers the movie, Megatron went from a rotting husk to be this new spangled up Decepticon leader. So I was just wondering why Unicron didn't give Scourge the same makeover. Because, truth be told, he still looks like a rotting corpse. That's cool and all, but it doesn't really make sense for the power Unicron has. Later down the road in ROTD, do you plan on adding the Maximals and Predacons in later episodes, later seasons? I can't tell you that. Look, guys, I'm glad that you joined my live streams, and I'm glad that you are asking me all these questions. But if I tell you guys this, then you won't find future episodes as cool because, oh, I already knew that that was coming. Joy. I don't know. I don't really think I should tell you guys. So yeah, I don't think I should tell you what's down the line for ROTD. Let's see here. So, we've covered ROTD down to the bone, and you guys have really helped me put a perspective on Vector Sigma. So, yeah, do you guys think that it should be a continuation of the problem with Orange Energon? Because that was sort of the premises. Shockwave and Soundwave sort of join forces with Starscream and Waspinator. Shockwave puts together the Triumvirate, and they begin to look for a way to bring Megatron back. Tarn is the leader of the Decepticons during that time and sort of tries to avenge Megatron's death by killing Optimus Prime. I originally thought that this was kind of a cool idea, but in comparison to some other guys who I really liked watching, such as Crosshairs Productions, War of the Matrix, and other guys who made their own separate fan films, I don't know, it just didn't seem as cool. But if you guys truly think that it's a good idea, maybe I'll do it. Of course, Galvatron is still alive in this series, and Tarn sort of hates him because he's a mad version of Megatron. So I was even thinking of having a Galvatron versus Tarn fight somewhere along the series. And as for Ned, your question about there being an episode where it's fully in the perspective of one person, yes, if we continue to go down this line, there is a version of it. Soundwave will have a sort of reclaps of his life. Like, he thinks about Megatron being thrown out of Astro Train by Starscream after he was mortally injured. And then we have him flashback on his time before he was Soundwave and how he grew allegiance to Megatron. Do you plan on going back in the past and describing the basics on Optimus Prime as Orion Pax? I've thought about it. I don't know. We're still in the infancy of Transformers Vector Sigma. Right now, most of my attention has been placed on Rise of the Decepticons and Masters of the Universe Retribution. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and ask. After episode 5 of Rise of the Decepticons, I'm going to start putting in time and effort to Masters of the Universe Retribution. Would you guys continue to stay loyal to me and watch those videos? Or would I start losing subscribers then? If you guys need me to like explain the plot of Masters of the Universe to get you hyped for it, I can go ahead and do that. But yeah, I want to know if I have your guys' support on that. Do you guys want to know the plot for it, or would you just rather be surprised when it comes out? I'll wait for some answers before I continue onward. Okay, then I won't spoil it. So yeah. Do we have anything else that we should discuss? We've sort of been going on for an hour. Alright. Yeah. I won't spoil anything for Motu. But what I would recommend is if you guys have not seen Masters of the Universe, I would go watch the original cartoon. I would watch the 2002 remake. I would even watch the live action movie. Stop asking me questions. Because these are all real good ideas. Ideas that I may have already had. Therefore, I shouldn't tell you. Therefore, if I did tell you, it would not be as cool when it actually happened. You'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see. Look, man, I'm gonna have ROTD episode 4 out, maybe in December. As a Christmas present, perhaps. And episode 5 will probably be out before next summer. Let's see here. Matters how fast I get the script done. And how fast I manage to get some voice actors. Do you plan on adding Sandstorm? So yeah, I saw that they made the new Transformers United Sandstorm. Definitely thought about getting him. Because I already have Blitzwing. I already have Blur. And since he was a big part in Season 3 of Transformers, he'll probably be in there quite a bit. So yeah, we have so many characters for Vector Sigma. But what I really need to do is actually start making a plot for it. Because even though we have the basic idea, we still need to figure out how is Shockwave and Tarn planning to bring back Megatron, and how are they going to do this without Galvatron realizing and trying to stop them. And like, why would even Tarn need to fight Optimus Prime? Like, does Optimus have something that they need in order to do so, to bring Megatron back? Which Autobots should be on Earth and which Autobots should be on Cybertron, helping Ultra Magnus stop Galvatron from trying to take over Cybertron? These are all questions that I need to find an answer for before I can actually decide which characters I actually want to buy for the series. So if you guys have any answers for those questions, I would be all ears to it. But if you guys don't, I would recommend that we stop trying to get characters for Vector Sigma, because the more characters that I buy for Vector Sigma, the less I know if I'm actually going to use them. Maybe go back to the time dead universe like on Wolf Cybertron. That sort of doesn't really go with the plan that I sort of had for it. I don't know. I'm sort of thinking about like Tarn trying to steal the Matrix of leadership. Tarn needs the Matrix to power a machine, bringing another universe. Yes, that was what I was already planning to do. Alright, if I have your blessing that these are all good ideas, then maybe I'll just go ahead and start constructing a script for the series to actually get this done. I think you guys are all saying that the ideas that I've already had for these past few years are good ideas. Therefore, I'll actually start making Vector Sigma. So yeah. It seems that you all have agreed that these are good ideas that I am having. Therefore, let's make Transformers Vector Sigma. Okay, so yeah, you guys have now sort of let me know that I have 3 award-winning series on my hands: ROTD, Vector Sigma, and Motu Retribution. So I think, yeah, my channel could get 1,000 subscribers very soon now if I get these videos out. So I thank you guys for that. Would you guys make the Decepticons bathe the Sea of Rust on Cybertron? Idea for Megatron being revived. The Decepticons will be killing tons of Autobots and they collect. Collect their dead bodies and make a... Make a what? I mean base. Make a base out of Autobot corpses? You want me to make a base out of Autobot corpses from the Sea of Rust? That sounds a bit grotesque even for the Decepticons. Oh, so a new Megatron made out of Autobot corpses. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, we've already got sort of the basis for Transformers Vector Sigma. Megatron is gone. Well, he's Galvatron now. And he's insane. Shockwave tired of Galvatron being insane. He's put together the Triumvirate and sided with Starscream to try to bring Megatron back. Optimus Prime and Alita have decided to live on Earth with some of the other Autobots, while Ultra Magnus is now temporary leader of Cybertron, while Galvatron is trying to attack Cybertron, stopping the Autobots on Cybertron from getting to Earth. Shockwave and Tarn will sort of be on Earth on the undersea Decepticon spaceship, the Nemesis, and he and Tarn will basically try to kill Optimus to take the Matrix so that they can bring or create Megatron. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, and Soundwave, do you collect DC or Marvel figures, and if you make a stop motion on it? So yeah, Tiger Mitch Prime, like I've explained earlier, I intend to make a series called Masters of the Multiverse, which is gonna have Marvel and DC. It's gonna have Minecraft. It's gonna have horror movie characters. It's gonna have let's see here, Dragon Ball. It's gonna have Disney even. Yeah, it's just gonna be the biggest multiverse war that I have ever seen, and I am so excited to make it. But I cannot make it until Transformers and Motu are already made, because those are sort of what I need to put my priorities first. Like, make sure that my money efforts are going into those. That way it's not all going towards all these different series and I basically lose all my money. I gotta make sure to invest in the right stuff. Because I've already got all the characters for Rise of the Decepticons episode 4 and 5. And besides a few characters that I need to get, I have all the characters for Motu Retribution. But if I focused all my efforts on Transformers Vector Sigma and Masters Multiverse when I'm not even ready for it, I would be broke before, and I'm not even ready to make those series yet. None the slightest. So yeah, we gotta we gotta get to those first. So yeah, if do you guys have any more questions? I'll take a few more questions and then perhaps I'll sign us out because we've done a lot of good work today. Cog is like. Yeah, I'm planning to get the new Transformers War for Cybertron Decepticon troopers as Decepticon troopers. So yeah, I would probably get Cogs as Autobot troopers. Totally, because they seem to do that for the War for Cybertron series. Technically, they used Reflector as like Decepticon troopers, but I've never been a big fan of Reflector. I prefer these new Decepticon troopers. Any others? What do some of these buttons do? Highlight to your channel is nearest. Interesting. We have a lot of options here. Okay, guys, I think that's where we'll end our broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has perhaps been the best live chat that I have had. So, yeah, if you guys ever want me to do another live chat, I'll do that. So, yeah, stay tuned, stay loyal, and get ready for ROTD4. I'll see you guys.